going for? Ah, yes, more Elon Musk crash out. Let's get into this. We're not going to do too much on this. Not much has really changed, other than the fact that apparently Trump is taking the high road. I haven't seen any clips of him crashing out or calling Elon, a reverse pedo or any of this other stuff. That's a joke, by the way. Don't think that.
What's your view on Elon Musk as of today? I mean, have you heard from him at all?
Honestly, I've been so busy working on China, working on Russia, working on Iran, working on...
Bro, I cannot hear a fucking word he is saying.
I've been so busy working on China, working on Russia, working on Iran, working on so many that I'm not thinking about Elon.
On the China...
And I just wish him well.
So I'm working on China. I'm working on all these other things that I'm not really thinking about him. I wish him well. Like, how many times has Trump just crashed out on people, just insulted, throw them under the bus, everything, and he's not saying shit about Elon? There is something very suspicious about this, just in general, because we all know how Trump acts. But look at that smile he's got on his face. Look at that smile.
I just wish him...
Look, it looks like he's smiling in a very, very interesting way. I'm probably looking into it too much, right? But is it time to create a new political party in America that actually represents 80% of the middle? The answer is yes, apparently. 5 million votes. 5.6 million votes. And funnily enough, because of the way Elon has torched his reputation with Blue Team, more than likely, if he were to create a new political party, it would probably highly pull from Red Team and independents who lean toward Red Team, most likely. Because one thing that Blue Team has done is they have absolutely villainized Elon Musk as a fucking Nazi. They absolutely have, and to the point where you see pretty much everybody who I would consider a Democrat or who leans that way absolutely loses their shit over Elon. The same way they lose their shit over like Trump via Trump derangement syndrome. Now, he said a bunch of other stuff. Oh, bro. This shit right here.
Every single person in the world deserves
Just for the record,
healthcare.
as a candidate, you're for illegal aliens getting Medicaid.
I think everyone in the world deserves
That's a yes.
healthcare.
That's a yes.
You see, look at that smile. You look at that smug-ass smile. This is someone who doesn't have to pay for their politics. I just want you to know. That's someone who doesn't have to pay for their politics. I love how we're watching a tweet of him reacting to CNN, and we're reacting to that. Like, the inception is great.
Yes.
It is a yes, but
Yeah, so they basically believe that everybody in the world deserves free healthcare. There's no such thing as free healthcare. We all know this. It's retarded. So everybody pays for it. That's it. So yeah, Elon is still crashing out over this shit. The American Party. Elon's vision to dismantle the establishment. Lovely. So yeah, I just wanted to touch on this a bit. Trump doesn't seem to be doing anything crazy. Elon is still crashing out and wants to start another party and some other shit. It's absolutely insane. There's not much more to go on past this. Did he say anything else? No, it doesn't look like he said anything more. After he basically called Trump a pedophile by saying he's in the Epstein files. But he must be really pissed over the bill. The big, beautiful bill must absolutely have gotten under his craw. To the point where the people who are saying that Elon is doing something that is very brave, I actually agree with that. Because think about it like this. He burned almost all of his bridges with Blue Team, the Democrats, the left in general. Almost everybody on that side of the political spectrum now hates him and his companies. And what he is doing, and he threw his lot in with Trump. And so the vast majority of Red Team is on Trump's side. And so now Elon is crashing out against Trump. And so he has basically completely isolated himself because of his political stance here, right? Because of his view on the big, beautiful bill and how much it's going to increase the deficit. So maybe, just maybe, the reason Trump isn't losing his shit on Elon might be because Trump knowingly traded budget cuts for other political things that he wanted, like stuff for the border, stuff for the military, the Golden Dome, all of that shit, right? He could have done some backroom deals with a bunch of Democrats and a bunch of other Republicans that basically sacrifice the Doge cuts to get something else that he wants. Because did he run on squaring away the budget? Sure, but he ran more on immigration and things like that, right? And so the Republicans probably dangled more presidential power for him to deport people in front of him if he gave up on the cuts, stuff like that, right? So I can imagine that's happening. And maybe the reason he's not crashing out back on Elon is because he's hoping that he'll come back around once everything settles down and we can and they can get back to work. I don't know if that's going to happen. Who knows, dude? Who knows? Like I said, it is kind of funny that Elon is going full hog. He, threw Trump under the bus with the Epstein file nonsense. It's down here somewhere. And what is this? Congress is bankrupting America? Yeah. So this is basically how they're tracking the budget. Like the deficit is absolutely insane. And one, let's see, where is it? It's probably way down here. I love this. I do this right here was I always liked Elon Musk because he's a tech bro. He did all kinds of cool stuff. He wants to go to Mars. That's cool. But this is rock star level shit. And I'm just think about it in movie terms, right? Think about it in movie terms. When you see the protagonist or a character say shit like this, there's something there.
Offer me money. Offer me power. I don't care.
So you just don't care. You want to share what you have to say.
I'll say what I want to say, and if the consequence of that is losing money, so be it. Offer me money.
So when he consistently says, I want to go to Mars and make humanity multiplanetary, I want to make EV cars to save the environment, and I want to create abundance in America and the rest of the world, tell me, is he not standing up to his beliefs? Is he not doing is that not what he's doing right now? Right? By throwing Trump under the bus because of the big, beautiful bill that he thinks is an existential threat to the United States of America. He thinks it's so bad he's willing to break all the bonds with Trump and throw him under the bus, call for his impeachment, say he's in the Epstein files, threaten to start a new party. Maybe it's a power play. It's entirely possible that we're looking at something like that. But if just put it like this, if you were in this situation and I want this as well. I want to make humanity multiplanetary as well. I want solar power to be better than it is. I do not think we are going to be running on renewables. That is retarded. You are stupid if you think our entire power economy can run on renewables in the next 300 years. It's absolute batshit insane. Please fucking stop it. You have no idea how power generation works. You have no idea how solar power works. You have no idea how wind, hydroelectric, any of this shit works. And you have no idea how power distribution works. And so you can say all you want that we could cover the Sahara in solar panels and it would supply power to the entire world. You're a fucking idiot. Shut the fuck up. Point is that what we need is diversity, because diversity is a superpower. It's not a strength. It's a goddamn superpower. And if you want to have a robust power generation system, you do not go only renewables. You do not go only fossil fuels. You do not go only nuclear. You do all of them to various amounts, which are practicable to the given situation that you are in. If you were in a very windy part of the world, then wind is probably perhaps a good idea if it's not going to be too detrimental to the environment, because it's going to kill birds and whatnot. Same with solar power. If you're in an area that gets lots of sun and lots of heat, it might be a good place for solar power. But again, it could still damage the environment just as much as any power generation. So you have to be careful of that. Not only that, you have to deal with power distribution. This is one of the problems that we have, and power storage when it comes to solar. This is why I say solar is not going to be our mainstay for the next 300 years, is because eventually, one day, if we don't discover fusion, then solar will be the main thing that powers our entire civilization, because we will be harvesting it directly from the sun via solar harvesting, right? There won't be solar panels on Earth. There will be solar panels in orbit around our star, which will absorb the energy from the sun and then transmit it to us. That is how solar power truly works, not solar panels in the fucking Sahara Desert. Oh my God, could you be so fucking stupid? Anyway, so I believe him when he says these things because he's acting like it. He's acting like it. He sees the deficit as an existential threat, and Trump sacrificed that, the budget cuts, or the cuts to the budget, for something else. We don't know what. And Elon is pissed. And he's not just pissed, he's taking a stand. He is separating himself from the administration. And it is, yeah. He's probably, I don't even know where the fuck this is going to go, man. I really don't. I have no idea. Because, and what really is the kicker is how much Trump is just so chill about it. I don't know why, right? Because normally he would at least make snide comments. He used to do, seriously. Do you remember the first time him and Elon went at a spat? What did Trump do? He called him names, talked down to him. Every other sentence was something about Elon, and how just. So there's something going on here. Either Trump knows that Elon has dirt on him, or there's some weird shit going on. My last stream, I pontificated upon how likely it would be that this is a staged event. I'm not going to lie. The fact that Trump is doing this makes me think it might be more staged than not, right? Now, I'm not saying it is. What I'm saying is this is more possible, I should say. Because I went over it yesterday. We exist in a universe, and there are multiple number of possibilities that could exist within the paradigm of our universe based on our given knowledge. And so if you go through each of the possibilities and try to put them into the frame, how do they actually work in your universe, and how likely are they to be? And the fact that Trump is doing this makes the likelihood that they're playing roles, not that it's fully staged. Obviously, you can't script this shit. But the fact that maybe Elon was having some bad shit go down in the White House. That's why he had a black eye. That's why he was fucking tweaking and shit or whatever. I'm just making fun of him at this point. But it is entirely possible that him and Trump had a heart to heart. They're like, look, you're having problems with this. I can't do this because of political reasons. I need this to happen, and the Republicans are only going to give me this if you give up your cuts. And instead of Elon crashing out on his own, Trump says to him, and they come up with a plan to be like, look, why don't you go full, I was going to say 9/11. Wow. Why don't you go full atomic ape shit on me and the Republicans and the big beautiful bill, and I won't say much. I won't talk shit about you. You go crash out, draw huge amounts of attention to it, and we'll see what happens. Because it's one of the things that I don't really watch Scott Adams much anymore, mainly because he basically says the same shit over and over and over again, sort of, about persuasion. That, and I got tired of equivocating for Trump when it's obvious he's not doing things that are smart and or good. So, yeah. But one of the things that he talked about, one of the things that Scott Adams posted was that the best way to get attention on to a subject is to go apeshit over it. Because the more that you, yeah, here it is. The first rule of persuasion is getting attention to your topic. Elon's score, A+. Ordinary complaining about the big, beautiful bill wasn't getting anything done. The country is sleepwalking into a debt disaster. I do agree with this, by the way. We do, like, having a deficit is fine. The way our monetary system works, it requires a deficit, which is fine. But you want to keep the deficit relatively small so your interest payments on that debt are relatively small. Now Elon crashes out, so now we're paying attention. And this is I would love this. Put Stephen Miller and Elon Musk in the same room and turn on the camera. Yes, I would absolutely love that. But this is one of those things that that's like, I think this is spot on. Now, whether this is being done intentionally, where Elon is crashing out on purpose to get attention in this way, I don't know. It is working. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's paying attention to it. Whether it's done on purpose specifically to persuade people to get attention to the thing, I don't know. And it's entirely possible that the reason Trump is playing such softball with Elon is because they essentially planned it. Not as in, oh, you'll say this and I'll say this. That's not how any of this shit works. No. Like I talked about this on my last stream. You basically play a role. You go crash out and act like an insane dude. I'm going to play the good guy and just be chill. And this will get the attention on what you want, and that way I can play the good cop to the rest of the red team, so that when you talk about making a new party or any of the crazy shit that you're gonna fucking autistically spurg about, I can be the mediator between the two. Is it possible that's what's going on? Yes. How likely is that? Oh, that's a big one for me. I really don't know. I want to, like, the conspiracy brain. It's very conspiracy brain. The conspiracy brain in me is like, yes, this actually looks like it's happening, especially because Trump is not doing anything. Oh, my dude, Akadab. Greetings and salutations, my friend. So yeah, it does feel like that way. Okay. So Akadab jumps right in the stream as I'm talking and drops the simultaneous sip. My dude, my bro, how are you, sir? So if you would please, grab your cup, your mug, or glass. Perhaps you have a tankard, chalice, or a stein, maybe a canteen, jug, a flask, a vessel of any kind. You fill it with your favorite fluid. I like, that's right. It's the morning coffee, deliciously, magnificently Tango made. And join me now, friends, for the gloriousness, the stupendosity, the absolute. That is
the simultaneous sip.
Brothers of the waffle, citizens of the Tango Hotel. Happening right freaking now. Go! Someone's got to make sure you all stay hydrated and caffeinated. That's right, and caffeinated. To be fair, though, it's like mostly no caffeine. All right. I've been drinking so much caffeine my entire life. I finally decided to cut back on caffeine, and it's having really weird effects on my life. So far, not too bad. Not too bad. All right, so back at it. Like I said, the conspiracy brain in me is very, very... Also, Akonop, how are you doing, buddy? The conspiracy brain in me is very, very, very wanting this to be true, where they're playing a role, right? Where they're not necessarily... How should I put this? Like I said, it's not planned necessarily, but it's like, look, you don't want to, the big beautiful bill. You want all the Doge cuts. Like, I can't do that because of X, Y, and Z. So why don't you go like lose your shit, and I'll play the good cop, and maybe we can get some middle ground, right? Because here's the thing, if Elon is able to persuade enough of the American public to unfuck the bill, then it might actually happen. It's doubtful it'll happen, but it might actually happen. And not only that, what if, here's another conspiracy brain, fucking heel turn. They want to get MAGA out of the Republican Party. Because Republican and MAGA don't really mix, right? MAGA is more of a center-right, center-left alliance between people who really, really fucking hate like establishment politics and just everything to do with the establishment, both Republican and Democrat, right? Which is one of the reasons why which is one of the reasons why Trump damn near burned down the Republican Party the first time he ran and basically completely obliterated it the second time around, for the most part, right? There's still a lot of stupid shit in there, but they're doing what they can. So conspiracy brain, it's entirely possible that they are, it's not planned necessarily, but that they are playing roles and they're trying to get something else done. Could you think of any other reason why Trump went and shit talk this man? Like, he's done it before. Did you remember, like, when he was running before Elon joined him, he was shit talking him during his first presidency. He was shit talking him, right? So why is he being nice? I just wish him well. Like, you can't say Trump would do this for optics. How many times has he just had trash mouth, and it's just everywhere all the time? Nobody cares. Like, they expect that. Like, this is odd from Trump. This is suspicious. You know what I mean? So, all we could do is wait and see, man. All we could do is wait and see.